Hi, new friend. I'm Erin Deal, business improv edutainer, fail-fluencer, and keynote speaker who is ready to help you improve your it. It being the thing that makes you, you. So think of me as your keeping it real professional development bestie who is here to help you develop yourself into the best version of you possible so you can develop your team and lead with intentionality, transparency, and authenticity. Oh, and did I mention we're improving your it through play? That's right. I'm an improvisational comedy expert who uses experiential learning to help you have your aha, ha ha moments. Those are the moments when the light bulb goes off and you're laughing at the same time. So grab your chicken hat, your notebook, and your inner child because I'm going to take you on a journey that is both fun and transformative. Welcome to the Improve It podcast. Improve It peeps. Welcome to today's show. I am thrilled to be here with you today to allow yourself to give yourself this time to sit back, relax, listen to me spew some wisdom into your earbuds. Now, friends, I got to share something that's been on my mind because I think we have a lot of longtime listeners on this show and maybe some new listeners to the Improve It podcast. And if you are new here, welcome. Thrilled to have you for my OG Improve It peeps. Hi, love you, adore you. You probably have noticed that this show has evolved. It's changed. I'm not going to say changed. It's evolved. Because guess what? Your girl's evolving. And we've started to really talk a lot about self-healing. This month's topic is self-love. The month of March, spoiler alert, is going to be all about bravery. So we've gotten more intentional with the show topics, with our show guests, with the solo episodes that I'm bringing to you. We're giving you those fun fail-fluencer file mini-sodes to give you some laughter and levity, but also keeping it really real here with these full-length episodes. And so I wanted to share this with you today before we get into the episode because you might say, well, where's the communication tips? How are you going to teach me to be good at presenting? Guess what, my friends? Those power skills will come naturally the moment that you allow yourself to be free and truly believe in the megaphone, the amazing, the fantastic body that is you, your soul, your being, your purpose here. So when I first started the show, let's just go on a transformational journey together about this podcast. We were the Failed It podcast. Now, truthfully, we called it the Failed It podcast because I didn't believe in myself. And I just said that out loud, and I got to tell you, that just kind of hit me when I said it out loud really hard. I didn't believe in myself. And I didn't believe that I had enough knowledge or I had enough things to teach you about self-improvement, about power skill training. I didn't think that what I already knew was enough. So we leaned into this concept of failure. We interviewed so many amazing people about their failure files, about not their successes, but the mistakes that they made along the way. And that was so cool. Learned so much. But after 50 episodes, it really just felt like, all right, this is all we have. We can't just keep running this failure business into the ground. It's a part of what we believe, but it's not all that we do. And so I hired an amazing podcast coach. We changed the name of the show to the Improve It podcast, and we started teaching you more about what we teach here at Improve It, which is how to use this magical, amazing art form, improv, to transform your teams, to transform your leadership. And we're still teaching that here today in 2023. You're going to continue to learn all those tips and tricks that you can apply from the improv stage into your day-to-day life as a professional. But this year, it's not just the surface level teaching. We are going below the surface. Underwater, put on your scuba diving mask. Because I have to say this, I still stand by the work that the Improve It podcast has given you. I still believe in all of those things, but I believe it now on a more deeper and transformational level. And so I needed to say that to you today for some reason. It was sitting on my chest and it feels good to let it off the chest. It's like taking off a good bra. Feels good. And today's episode is lighter in nature. I'm not talking to you about unprocessed emotions and trauma and pain. I'm giving you some tips and some tangible things that I've incorporated into my life that have allowed me to really love myself again. And I say again, because let me share that. That's important. We're all born into this world with love. That's all we know. And as we continue to grow and evolve and connect with the world, we start to lose that love and we let fear step in. And my friends, that's where ego comes into play. That's where this imposter syndrome, these limiting beliefs, all the things that we're talking about on this show. But when we return back to our natural state, which is love, oh my gosh, our world can transform. And then we as leaders can transform our teams in a different, more meaningful, more transformative way. So this isn't influencer things, just giving you links today with 14 things that I'm loving. These are 14 items. You've read the show title, 14 things that I'm loving and make my life better. I'm going to give you these tangible items that I'll put links in the show notes to. Don't get any kickback, not an influencer, fail-fluencer here. I'm truly giving these to you so you can incorporate them in your life. Or you can think about incorporating them into your life. Or you can say, you know what, that's not going to work for me, but Susan on my team, she needs that. Okay? That's what today is about. So I want you to know where I'm coming from. And I don't think I've made that super clear. So I wanted to start off with that message. Now that I've said it, I feel lighter and we can continue. Thank you so much for letting me get this off my chest. This is a one-sided conversation, by the way. This is literally me sitting alone in my podcast closet thinking that you're right beside me, telling you this because that's what this is. And what's so cool is I'm starting to hear from a lot of you. I know that a lot of the episodes in January with the self-healing series really hit home. A lot of people have said, I sent this to my mom. I sent this to my sister. Thank you, because that's what it's for. It's not meant to just build our business. Okay, let me say that again. This podcast is not meant to just build our business. This podcast is meant to transform you so that you can go out there and you can transform the lives of so many people, your team, your family, your communities, the organizations that you serve, because I know you Improve It, peep. You're out there, you're doing it, you're giving yourself. So these podcasts are moments to give to you so you can give that energy to others. And I really want you to know that. I love hearing from you. I love hearing what has inspired you. I love hearing what you want more of, what you're like, Erin, stop talking about your armpits. Whatever it is, I love to hear from you because I sit on this microphone and literally I have notes, but I'm pouring my heart out to you. And when I hear from you, it makes me so happy. So let me know. You can send me an email at info@learntoimproveit.com. What you thought of the shows this past year. It's January that I'm recording this. The show is coming out in February. So what you thought about the self-healing series, if you like the idea of monthly intentions, what you want more of, what you want less of. I want to hear from you, and just know that I needed to say this. This wasn't planned at all. This just was like, hey, the mic's on. Got to talk to him and tell him what's on my heart. So now that that's out of the way, thank you. Let's get into today's episode. Now, these again are things that I am personally loving. And I will tell you that this is my personal list. I haven't consulted with my team at all, which sometimes I ask them, hey, what do you guys think about this? And we'll sort of brainstorm ideas and bring it back to the show. This is truly all of my stuff. And so I'm sharing it with you today because I really want you to put some self-love into your space, your brain, your mental capacity, because February is all about love. And if you don't have a partner this Valentine's Day, I want you to marry someone that is going to be the most important person in your life. Yourself. Yourself. So pour into yourself today, and let me share with you some things, some tangible objects that most you do have to purchase, if I'm being honest, but they're helpful. So again, no affiliate links, failfluencer, not an influencer, don't get a kickback, giving you the goods so you can live the best life for yourself. So number one, the first thing I'm loving is my Peloton app. Now, you don't have to have the Peloton bike to have the app. I did check into that. Why do I love it? Number one, the instructors give me life. Cody, I'm a member of the Boo Squad. Robin Orzone is like a dream guest on this podcast. Allie Love, the list goes on. These trainers, they are like a podcast with movement. They give you inspiration. They give you laughs. They give you funny quotes and just memorable moments while you're working out that you feel like you're in a gym with people or your own personal trainer. I've been using the Peloton for over a year now, and I live in Charleston, South Carolina. So I love to go outside and run. That is my favorite thing to do to work out. But when it's cold, I'll jump on the bike or I'll do one of their strength training apps. Now, they also have a meditation component to the app. So you get a one-stop shop for meditation and strength training. There's some cardio classes in there that don't involve the equipment. So check into the app if you're looking for a way to get into movement. Now, if you're like, I haven't done fitness in years, they also have some classes for walking. So think about, you have somebody in your ear telling you to walk faster, giving you some good music. So just my favorite thing that gets me up every morning is my Peloton app, or just putting on a playlist and running outside. But Peloton, I love you. Keep going. Hope that you take that one and at least look into it if you're looking for a new way to spark fun, fitness, and inspiration. Number two, the number two thing that I'm loving and truly makes my life better is the Gabby Bernstein Miracle Membership. Now you're like, what is this? If you don't know Gabby, let me share. Gabby is a spiritual teacher. She is an author of about, I think, 9 best-selling books. She is a lecturer. She is a facilitator, a keynote speaker. She is a course giver. I've taken so many of her courses, and she really is a spiritual coach for me. I've never met her, but through this Miracle Membership, I receive content every single week that is, number one, a lesson which is all about love and, again, self-love. So if you like my teachings, I pull a lot of things from Gabby Bernstein and use a lot of her philosophies in my day-to-day. And she gives you a lesson, she gives you a meditation for the week, and then she gives you a speech that she's done. So you'll actually hear a full lecture that she's done that's relatable to the topic that she gives you every week. So it's a very deep dive into a podcast. I think the membership is about $150 a year. And I've been a Miracle member, maybe 4 years, 3 years, and it just rolls over. So I never have to renew it, which smart for her. Great for me because I love it. It truly gives me time for myself like this show does here. And it goes into topics on a deeper, more spiritual level. So if you're looking for some mental wellness besides this show, check out the Gabby Bernstein Miracle membership. And I will tell you, I listen to it Monday nights. I always do my laundry Monday nights when I'm putting my laundry away, and I'll put in my earbuds and I'll just it's thoughtless stuff, right? I'm doing laundry. And so I crave those Monday nights. They set me up for the week. They make me think about things in a different way. They change my mindset. They inspire me. So if you're looking for something to help you with your mental wellness, I highly recommend. The number 3 thing that I'm loving. So I gave you some physical wellness, some mental wellness. Now I'm going to give you some self-care wellness. So my number 3 thing is, I hope I'm saying this right, Umiku face wash brush. Umiku face wash brush. Again, putting the links in the show notes for you there. So the Umiku face wash brush is like the Clarisonic brush of 2023. Spoiler alert, if you were a Clarisonic fan, which if you don't know what that is the brush that you can use to wash your face, and it vibrates and it deep cleans your pores and has all these different brush heads. Clarisonic was something I started using probably in 2010, and at some point they stopped making them. This brush, this face wash brush, is the closest thing I can find to the Clarisonic. And I got it in teal, of course, duh. But it just makes my face feel super clean. I'll take a makeup wipe, I'll take off all of my makeup, and then I'll put some Aveeno face wash on this brush. And it truly just helps me feel like I've gotten all the crap off my face for the day. So if you're looking to just do some self-care, it just feels nice. At the end of the day, you're like, yes, I'm giving myself this moment. The Umiku face wash brush. If you want it in teal, bonus points for you. Okay, on this same path of things I'm loving for self-care, this is the Mighty Patch Blemish Strips. And I don't need patch. It's not a strip. I shouldn't call it a strip. So it's called the Mighty Patch, okay? Hear me out. So let's say it's a stressful week. I don't know what people who identify as women, if you get some blemishes around that certain time and you need them to go away quickly. Here's what this little patch does. These are little, almost clearish patches that they're circles, they're little dots. You pick them off, you peel them off of this like sticker background thing, and you put it on your blemish, go to bed, wake up. I swear to you, your zit is gone. It is gone. Or, y'all, this is getting real. It gets your zit to the point where the whitehead is right there and you can just pop it. And if you hate that visual, I'm sorry, but I am a Dr. Pimple Popper fan, and that gave me a little bit of life. So the Mighty Patch, I found this, I think, through an influencer. So here I am influencing you after being influenced. But I got to tell you, since finding them, I will pack them. They're super easy to pack on trips, especially if I'm doing a big presentation or keynote and I got to be in front of people. Oh, they're in the bag. They are in the bag. They're super easy to travel with. So Mighty Patch and it's hydrocolloid blemish pimple patch. I don't know if I'm saying some of this stuff right, so I'm just going to tell you that's the way that I would say that. So, okay, that's also for skincare. For your hair. Now, if you have short hair, like here's the thing. I'm going to give you this because these are my favorite things. So take it, do it what you will. But I will tell you that Dry Bar is like a gift to me when I get to go there and sit there. And this is a luxury and a privilege. Let me share that. I don't do it often, but when I want to get a blowout, I go to Dry Bar. Now, where I live now, Dry Bar is not as accessible as it was in Chicago. So I don't really get my hair blown out. It doesn't happen often. So Dry Bar made this brush that they use in their dry bars that you can buy on Amazon. It's called the Dry Bar Double Shot Oval Blow Dryer Brush. And I have long hair. So I get the 2.4-inch barrel. That's what it is. There you go. All the dates. Now, this brush, if you have long, thick hair, you're going to need a normal hair dryer to just get it less wet. Okay. So get your hair to a point where it could be easily dried. If it's soaking wet, I'd say dry it with a normal brush first. Then use this dry brush. It's one of those hair dryers that's an actual brush and a hair dryer at the same time. I am telling you, my hair has never been shinier. She glistens. She glows. People are like, oh, you look great today. I'm like, thank you. I washed my hair. And that only happens once a week. So on my day one, I get the most compliments with this dry brush. By day 5, she's shiny in a different way. Okay. You could cook an egg on that grease. But the Dry Bar hair dryer, double shot oval blow dryer brush gives me life. So if you're looking for, we got your skincare now, and now you've got your hair care. Okay. Hey, Improve It Peep. I wanted to interrupt your learning really quick to thank you for turning into this show. Now, each week, myself and the entire Improve It team are working tirelessly to give you the content you deserve to help you use play to become your best self personally and professionally. Now, if you wanted to return the thank you, that's okay. You don't have to, but if you did, would you leave us a 5-star review on iTunes? It takes 2 minutes to leave 5 stars and maybe a comment or two on how this show has impacted you. Just scroll to the bottom of this show on iTunes and you'll see the opportunity to leave 5 stars. Now, once you do that, please send a screenshot, take a screenshot from your phone and email it to info@learntoimproveit.com. That is info@learntoimproveit.com. This way, we know it's from you. We will be drawing one name per month to send an Improve It podcast care package to. This care package is the bee's knees. It will include branded goodies from the show, some of our favorite books and products from previous guests, and a few more surprises. So thank you for the opportunity to tell you thank you. And if you want to thank me by leaving a review, then I will say thank you by potentially sending you a care package that shows our full appreciation. So thank you for thanking me, and we think you will really like the goodies in the care package. Okay, back to improving it. Thanks. I'm literally going through my day thinking of all the products I love that really help me. So this leads us to the next most important thing, my number 6 product for you that I am loving. Yeti coffee mugs, aka a Yeti tumbler. Now let me share with you. I now live in Charleston, South Carolina. Never have I ever cared more about the temperature of my drink. When I have a cold drink and I step outside for 2 minutes in July, it's melted and it tastes like room temp. Now, same kind of goes for hot. I have now learned that I like my coffee really hot at all times. So I am the person who makes her coffee, puts it out of the coffee. I have those little Nespressos, takes it out of the coffee cup, puts it in the microwave, and then puts it in her Yeti because it will stay hot. And I'm going to take a sip right now from my teal Yeti tumbler. Again, not an influencer, but here she goes. Okay, friends, I made this coffee an hour ago. It is hot. It is piping hot still. I don't know what they do in these Yeti things, but they make them hot. They make them stay hot. They make them stay cold. Pro tip, if you want to have one of the most ice cold experiences with your beverage, add in an aluminum straw to your Yeti tumbler. Let me tell you, it saves the planet. And number 2, that temperature, just right. So get yourself a Yeti tumbler for your hot or cold beverages. Here's what I also love. I love cupping it. Like right now, I'm holding it with both hands right underneath my chin. And I'm just kind of talking to you like we're sitting in a coffee shop, having a conversation, but my coffee is hot. So do with this what you will, but it makes my workday so fun. It's my go-to thing and it makes me happy and it sort of sets the tone. Okay, now she's ready to work. So that's my number 6 thing that I'm loving. Number 7. Now, I don't know a fancy way to say this other than it's a neon sign. So if you have seen me in a Zoom call, which maybe not a lot of you have, or I've posted this on my Instagram stories recently, I had a artist on Etsy custom make a neon teal sign. Now, did I come up with this idea? I did not. My friend and colleague and mentor, we'll call her Judy Holler, she's had a neon sign for years in her office. I've loved it. And I always say, mockery is the best form of flattery. I just had a Zoom call with her with the sign in the background. And I said, how does it feel when somebody is influenced by you? Because look here, I was influenced. So I found this Etsy artist. I'm actually going to post this artist in the notes because I really liked them. The customer service was top notch, had a little glitch. They've been helping me through it. So the sign says a phrase, which I'm going to share with you here, which you've probably heard if you've listened to the show. I see you, and it's you, the letter U. I see you is the name of one of my newest keynotes. And it also is sort of the motto that I'm leaning into for my life and for my team. And what I love talking about, which is putting energy into yourself so you can give that energy to others. And if you can do that, you can magnetize connection to yourself and your team. And how do I do that magnetization? It's through play. So that's what our keynote is all about. And I've been doing this keynote for the past year. There's also a very special project coming with the name I See You. So stay tuned for that. So that sign is literally the sign that I need every day to walk in my office with my teal Yeti tumbler and get to work. And I will tell you, it's so fun. I love having it on. My son loves it. I love people seeing it in the background of Zoom because then they ask, oh, well, what's that? And I have to explain what it is. And it's holding me accountable to my own goals, but it's also sending a message to other people that I see them. So that's my number 7 thing I'm loving. Number 8. Now, you've heard me talk on this show probably forever. And if you're new here, let me just spoil a lot of episodes for you. I had back pain for a long time. And I got several new ergonomic chairs. I got a standing desk. I got a footrest. I got the butt pillow. I basically got myself a new back and none of it worked until I got the self-healing series, healing practices that I tell you about in episodes I don't know, 140 something through this one. So all of January in 2023, go back and listen if you haven't already. But a physical product that really has made a difference for me is a laptop riser. So I work off of a Surface laptop, and I always just had it on my desk. Well, my neck was always looking down, which made my shoulders tense, which even aggravated the pain that I was already having. So I got a laptop riser. So I just literally stare ahead at my laptop. I connect a keyboard at the bottom. And so I'm able to look at my laptop screen and type right where my hands naturally hit. So I'm going to post the link to the one that I got in the show notes for you. There's many of them out there. I really liked the one I got. It's super, super easy, functional, super easy to put together, but it helps me just sit with great posture during the workday. So that's my number 8. Number 9 is something that I'm going to recommend to all of you because I'm looking at it right now. And I'm going to say, if you think it's too woo-woo, hear me out. It is a black cork board. And I found some really fun teal pins, not like ink pens, push pins. That's what I'm looking for. Push pins that are fun and different, have little different art pieces in them. This cork board serves as my vision board. And I have it in my podcast closet where I'm coming to you live. I spent an evening going through old magazines, and let me tell you how hard it is to find magazines in 2023. But I found some thanks to some neighbors and friends, and I pulled out quotes. I pulled out pictures. I pulled out different words that inspired me, and I'm staring at it right now. Who am I looking at? Oprah Winfrey. What else? A lot of pictures of beaches, boats, healthy things. I'm not going to tell you. You know what? This is giving away my journal. But when I look at it, it gives me joy because this is how I see the world and it's how I want to see the world. And it's also inspiring. It reminds me of why I'm on this show, why I'm sitting here talking to you right now. So I got this off Amazon and I like that it's black because then if you don't fill it in all the way, it's a black background. I liked getting these push pins that were symbolic of my favorite life color, which is teal. So get a cork board. It could be black. It could be any color, and make a vision board for yourself and put it somewhere that you know when you look at it is going to inspire you. Okay, we're on number 10. So this one is from a previous guest we've had on this show, Helen Hall. I love Helen. We live kind of in the same city, but she is the founder of Blender Bombs. Now, if you are a person who is in constant Zoom meetings, if you are a person who puts yourself last, I'm so glad you're listening to the show. If you're a person who wants to eat healthier, but you're like, I have zero time to do it, boom, here's your answer. Blender Bombs. Again, you can buy them on Amazon. And what you do, they come to you, they're bombs, smoothie bombs that are filled with things like cacao, goji berries, acai, healthy flax seeds, all the seeds and things that you would need to put in a smoothie. And normally when you make a smoothie, for me, I used to make a smoothie and it would take like 10 minutes. Here's how I make a smoothie now. Throw in a blender bomb, add a frozen banana, put in a little bit of the powdered peanut butter, almond milk, boom. It's the best tasting smoothie, especially if you're trying to cut sweets because it tastes like peanut butter. It's so good. And she has all different kinds. But if you're busy during the workday and you want a healthy item in your lunch, I will say I always have it with just a little something on the side, maybe a couple of vegetarian chicken nuggets or a small salad. It fills me up. It keeps me full for a long time and it's super convenient. So Blender Bombs. And if you missed that episode with Helen, we'll put it in the chat as well. She talks all about vulnerability and her leadership. And I just really, really liked getting to know her and really love this product. Okay, number 11. Now, this one is probably the priciest of all. No, I'm giving you some items that aren't super cheap. The cheapest one would be your Mighty Patch blemish patches. The other ones are probably anywhere from like 25. Your Miracle membership is 100 and something. These are items that you will have to invest in. I give you a lot of free content, a lot of free tips and tangible tips on this show, but we're talking about products here. And if you want to invest in your self-care and your mental wellness, these are things that you will have to invest in. So, number 11 is a lot of memberships here. Right now, I am doing the Rent the Runway monthly subscription box. Now, I have been a fan of Rent the Runway for years. I love their founder story. I heard her talk on How I Built This, a podcast with Guy Raz. If you haven't listened to that, go listen to that show. This subscription box gives you items that are literally on the runway that you can rent. So they're used and they will send them to you dry cleaned and in hangers that you can just pull them out and put them on your closet hanging shelf. Well, they have a subscription and I use the lowest priced one, which is you get 4 items that you choose for the month and then you return them at the end of the month and you get 4 items for the next. Here's why I'm doing this. I stopped doing this in 2020, 2021. Here's why. I've stopped purchasing day-to-day clothes. I've gotten rid of a lot of things in my closet because I didn't wear a lot of it during COVID. And I also changed. I had a baby. I'm turning 40 this year. I have evolved and a lot of things that I wore in my 30s seemed a lot younger. So I got rid of a lot of things. I donated all of these items. And instead of buying more, I've decided, okay, I can have the option to choose many items and not have to keep them. So I think about what events I have coming up that month. Am I traveling? Do I have any workshops that I want something fun for? And I will rent those items, keep them for the month, and then return them. So think of this as an investment in yourself. It's fun. It feels exciting to get these new things, to know that they're really great pieces. And then you don't have to keep them. You get something new. So I think the subscription is around $90 a month. It is an investment. But if you're somebody who buys a new sweater every month, you can get 4 outfits for $90. If you get a dress, or you get a jacket that you can pair and make the whole outfit with. So think about this. If you're looking to just change up your style, give yourself a refresh, feel good in what you're wearing, Went the Runway. It's an actor's warm up. Rent the Runway. So leads me to number 12 and number 13. These two are one and the same for me. So I'm going to say this. At the beginning of my self-healing journey, I was having a really hard time sleeping. And it was because I go during the day, a form of the overachiever. And I didn't allow myself to stop. And so when I finally allowed myself to stop at night, all of my anxieties creeped in. And I would have panic attacks in my sleep. And I know that sounds crazy, but the subconscious is really funny. So I would wake up sweating, my heart racing. I would be anxious. And so I had to find something to help me at night relieve some anxiety, because for me, I'm telling you, all day, I'm good. Give me till my son goes to bed at 8:15 and it's like, here it comes. So I found 2 things. Number 12 is magnesium. It's an herbal supplement. And I found this actually through my acupuncturist who recommended it. You can get them anywhere, any drugstore, but highly, highly recommend this brand, Naturello. And Naturello is a very all natural. You can see exactly where the ingredients come from. You can buy it only on Amazon. I've only found it on Amazon. I've actually never found it in a Walgreens or CVS. So I take 2 magnesium every night. It's a vitamin. Okay. So I'm taking this vitamin and I can tell you that it calms my nervous system. Within an hour, I am truly calmer. I feel less rushed. I'm getting ready to end the day. I also pair this with CBD gummies. Now, I'm going to say that I have many friends who are doctors, and every single one of them says CBD is great. It's plant-based. So I use a brand called Equilibria. And Equilibria is made specifically for women. And you can see exactly where the ingredients come from. You know, it's all natural. They have this amazing customer service concierge to help you find the right product for you. And I did the concierge, but I knew my issue was sleep. They also have some sleep melts. Those kick in real quick. So I don't do those because they kind of leave me a little groggy the next day. But I have found that the sleep gummies, 2 sleep gummies, 2 magnesium supplements, I feel calm. And it's almost like the anxiety wants to creep in, but it's just like, nah, girl, can't do it tonight. And I just feel relaxed. So again, I'll link to those. Those are 2 products I really stand by and love. I've listened to the founders of Equilibria on a couple of podcasts, and they actually come from Chicago, where I was from, and one's in Chicago, one's in New York, but it is a female-founded, tech-operated business with really clean ingredients. So I feel really good about it. It comes in beautiful packaging. And I have subscribed to these sleep gummies because truly it has changed my life. You cannot show up and be a good leader and feel good unless you have sleep. You can't be tired and feel good. Just doesn't work. So I also have started a night routine, which I am going to do a show about because I do know for me, this routine was the hardest one to create habits with. For some reason, morning was always just easy. And well, I guess it wasn't easy. It took a lot of time to develop a strong morning routine. Evening for me was hard. And I have developed one, but part of my ritual before I go to bed every single night is I'll take the magnesium and Equilibrium probably around 8:15. And then about 9:15, I will drink this yogi tea. And I like the caramel kind. Doesn't taste sweet. It's just a nice caramel flavor. Make a cup of the hot tea. It is a sleepy bedtime tea. And it just signals to me, okay, time to shut her down. Those practices have served me so well so that I can get up the next day, do my morning routine so I can get into the office, serve you, serve our clients, serve my team, as well as myself in the best way possible. Self-love is not selfish, my friends. Rest, self-care, time for you is productive. So I don't want you to sit here listening today and think, oh, all of these things sound great in theory. How will I find the time? Let me say this. And I heard this from, I can't even remember, but I did not come up with this, but I really, really took this to heart. If you say you don't have time, do you have time in the day to feel like crap? That's really the opposite. Not making the time to put some effort and some self-care into yourself. You're giving yourself time to feel bad. So take today's list. I hope maybe 1, 2 of these things inspired you. Apply them, put them to use. But know that what I really want you to get out of today, even if you don't think any of these products or services will work for you is that you matter. I see you with my whole heart. I'm so grateful that you have chosen to press play on this show and allowed me to pour into you. Just know I am rooting for you always. And I want you to keep failing, keep improving, because this world needs that very special it that only you can bring. I'll see you next week. Hey friend, did you enjoy today's show? If so, head on over to iTunes to rate and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, did I mention that when you leave a 5-star review of the Improve It podcast, an actual team of humans does a happy dance? That's right. So leave a review for us on iTunes, screenshot it, and send me an email at info@learntoimproveit.com. I'll send you a personalized video back as a thank you. Thanks so much for listening. Improve it, peeps. I'll see you next Wednesday.